The quiet, infinite space. No walls, no clock, just echoes of truth in the air. A soft wind moves like memory moving spaces, a heavy bass in the rhythm. You called my name like you expected answers, Rev. I'm steady, always ready. I didn't call you for comfort, I need to know what's steady. I called you because people think you're cruel, and I know you're precise because you play by the rules.
Listen closely, ladies, to a real man's song. The truth has ripened as the years grew long. Marriage is a river deep, wide, and slow. Choose a man who lets his character shine and glow. Beware of the one whose words are just dust, a liar, a fighter, a man without trust. Choose a man with a vision, a path that's brightly lit. Use honesty, respect, each step you must commit. Take your time as the voices clearly implore. Marry a man who lets your spirit soar. My sisters, let your wisdom be your guide. Marry a man who walks strongly by your side. Beware of the man whose fists bring only pain. The voices of the diaspora choose peace, not change. A man who does not choose is he who lies and deceives. The truth will always come back true because, well, it never leaves. A man who chooses, the one who builds trust like a bridge, the action of truth, the future we pledge. In the voices of the diaspora, allow wisdom to sing. So choose the love that makes both of you bring. Take some time, you and your man, I'm hoping that it works out fine. The completion of a relationship is governed by the 9. I'm the Rev Point Blank. Try to enjoy some quiet time alone. Well, hell, that reminds me, I even wrote a song. If you like it, sing along. Peace and love.
We are the voices of diaspora. I am the Reverend Point Blank. Welcome to CHUCH. I'm here to make the truth perfectly clear. If you don't know yourself first, then the end is very near. Before you build a business, a relationship must be in place. But it starts within your soul before you join the human race. To love another person while you're a stranger to your heart. Eyes, a recipe for a train wreck before you even start. Without the sin of knowledge, you are just a system, a slave, digging out a hollow life until you hit the grave. Most men go their entire lives and never understand how to lead with quiet power or to hold a steady hand. They chase after the women and they try to prove their worth, but attraction dies in shadows when they grovel on the earth. Women don't respond to words or the logic that you speak. They respond to emotional positions, and they never want the weak. They are watching for a pattern and they're looking for a frame, while the average man is losing just by playing the wrong game. The first truth you must realize is that power comes from tests. She will challenge every boundary to see if your spirit rests. When she cancels on the plans or she waits to text you back, she is looking for a fracture or a subtle little crack. If you rush to fix the mood or you stop to justify the respect find that being magnetic is a sovereign's birthright. The fourth and final secret is that leadership is key. By directing all the energy, you set the spirit free. When the tension starts to rise, you must be the one who's grounded, so the strength of your own character is never once confounded. Leadership is silence in the way you hold your tone. It's the mastery of self when you are standing all alone. Knowledge without discipline will change no part of life. It will only lead you back into a world of storm and strife. If you always rush to fix things, you are teaching them your fear, and the doubt within your position will be made incredibly clear. Real calm is not a mask, it is a life that's full and firm, operating on your own and on your very own life term. Stop explaining every move and stop chasing for a sign, and you'll find the stars of destiny will finally align. This is self-rule, it's the mastery, it's the art of manhood's rank. I'm the Reverend, and I'm giving it to you. Point blank.
So, we are told from day one that communication is just the absolute key to a good relationship.
Right, totally.
Like, talk it out, explain how you feel, seek clarity, be vulnerable.
Yeah, that is the standard advice everyone gets.
But what if doing exactly that, like communicating your every thought and instantly explaining yourself is actually the precise reason a partner loses respect for you?
I mean, it completely flips the conventional wisdom on its head, doesn't it?
It really does.
It basically suggests that the very tools we are given to build connection are actually the weapons dismantling it.
And that profound friction is exactly where we're starting today's deep dive for you guys.
Oh yeah, it's a heavy one today.
We are unpacking a very specific, fiercely worded framework about self-control, relationships, and modern masculinity.
It's an intense read.
Very. The source text is called The Sovereign's Frame, The Art of Self-Rule Manhood. It's authored by the Reverend Point Blank.
Who you might also know as the witicizer of comedy.
Right, and he's the host of the Take It to the Nine podcast as well.
Yeah, and look, it is a text that does not pull its punches. It looks at human interaction through a highly uncompromising lens.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
Now, before we get deep into the architecture of this, and I really need to explicitly set the stage for you listening, this source contains very traditional, distinct, and potentially polarizing perspectives on gender dynamics.
Yeah, very much so.
It operates on generalizations about how men and women fundamentally process the world.
Right.
So it is crucial to understand that neither of us here is endorsing these viewpoints.
No, not at all.
And we aren't taking sides on the politics of it all either. Our goal today is strictly to impartially unpack the author's ideas, examine the mechanics of his arguments, and just understand this framework exactly as it is presented.
Exactly. We're treating this like a blueprint.
I like that. A blueprint.
We just want to see how the author constructs his worldview, and more importantly, why he believes this specific psychological structure is the only way a man can truly maintain respect.
Right, so our mission today is to explore what the text calls self-rule.
The core concept.
We're going to explore the author's 4 specific truths of behavioral patterns, and we're going to dive into the psychology of why he argues that true power is found in silence, space, and restraint.
Rather than in explanation.
Right, exactly.
But, to understand the mechanics of these rules, we first have to look at the furnace where they were forged.
The background.
Yeah, because the author grounds his entire philosophy in his upbringing on the west side of Chicago.
An environment he refers to as the Chi.
Right, and he paints a very vivid, high-stakes picture of that environment, but he makes a critical distinction right out of the gate.
What's that?
Well, he notes that while he grew up in the hood, he was never, in his words, ghetto-minded.
Oh.
His survival tactics were honed on the streets, but his core foundation was built inside his home.
So it was a dual education, basically.
Yeah, that dual education is central to his framework. He dedicates this work to his parents, specifically praising his mother, Lorene Johnson.
He calls her a true queen.
Yes, he says she taught him how to respect and honor black women. And then there's his father, Andrew, who instilled in him the absolute necessity of protecting and taking care of a family.
So you have this bedrock of traditional family respect inside the house.
Exactly.
But the moment he walks out the front door, he is in a world governed by entirely different rules.
Totally different rules.
And that is where he introduces a pivotal mentor figure, a man named Mr. T. Lloyd Taylor.
Yeah, Mr. Taylor.
The author says Mr. Taylor started guiding him when he was just 9 years old, right there on the blocks of the West Side.
And the curriculum of that street mentorship was entirely focused on survival and leverage.
Not recess and games.
Right. The text notes that while other kids were focused on playing, Mr. Taylor was teaching him how to thrive in a world that doesn't forgive weakness.
Wow. And it led him down a path that prioritized real-world leverage over traditional metrics of success, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He writes that after 8th grade, he essentially only viewed high school as a place to make a buck.
I remember that part.
Yeah, it got to the point where he was actually out-earning his own teachers.
That's wild. But okay, let's unpack this. The author is taking the survival instincts forged in a physically dangerous environment and mapping them directly onto modern interpersonal dynamics.
That is the big leap, yes.
And the resulting thesis is incredibly jarring if you are used to reading modern relationship advice.
Oh, it's night and day.
He argues that most men fail in relationships because society intentionally teaches them the wrong things. Like, they are taught to be nice, to bend over backwards, chase clarity, and, constantly prove their good intentions.
Right, and the framework operates on the premise that doing these things quietly and systematically kills attraction over time.
It brings up an analogy for me.
Me too.
It's like men are trying to navigate modern relationships using an upside-down map.
Oh, I like that.
Like the map explicitly says, explain your feelings, be totally transparent, and always be available. But the author argues that if you follow that map, you drive straight into a wall where respect completely shatters.
What's fascinating here is how accurately that frames his argument.
Yep.
Yeah, the text even includes a poem emphasizing that loving another person while being a stranger to your own internal boundaries is a recipe for a train wreck.
A train wreck. Wow.
He believes most men are simply playing the wrong game entirely.
But I'd imagine a lot of people listening right now are wondering if the standard accepted advice from almost every therapist and counselor is to communicate openly. Why does Point Blank believe this actually destroys respect?
Because his worldview dictates that men and women process interactions through fundamentally different lenses.
Okay, break that down.
The author builds his entire system on the premise that women do not respond to words or logic in the same way men do when they're evaluating a partner's strength.
So what do they respond to?
They evaluate based on patterns, physical presence, and what he calls emotional position.
Emotional position.
Yeah.
So like an intelligent, hardworking guy can do everything right. On paper, he has a good job, pays the bills, speaks kindly, but he could still lose his partner's respect because he violates these invisible behavioral rules.
Exactly. You can have the resume but lose the room. And that leads directly into how the author defines the way a man's emotional position is actively probed and tested.
Which brings us to truth 1 and 2.
Right.
This concept of testing forms the first major pillar of his behavioral truths. The text claims that a woman will constantly test a man's power and his spirit long before she ever respects his intentions.
And we should clarify, these aren't conscious sit-down interrogations.
Right, she's not handing him a quiz.
No, the author insists these tests are purely behavioral. They are subtle shifts in the weather.
What?
Well, for instance, a partner might suddenly reply much slower to text messages. She might become less warm during a conversation. Or she might cancel plans at the last minute. Or suddenly pick a tiny, seemingly irrational disagreement.
So if a partner suddenly gets cold, and the guy immediately jumps in with, hey, what did I do wrong? Are we okay? Let's talk about this. He's essentially validating that his partner holds all the emotional power in the room.
Yes. He is failing the test.
Wow.
That is the exact trap the text warns against. The moment a man starts defending himself emotionally or rushing to fix a mood he didn't even cause, the game is lost.
But why? Let's dive into the underlying mechanics here for a second. Why does the human brain, according to this framework, perceive the act of explaining as a profound weakness?
Because over-explaining signals a lack of internal safety.
Interesting.
It demonstrates that the man is entirely dependent on external validation to feel okay. If a minor shift in his partner's mood causes him to panic and over-communicate, he is subconsciously signaling, I am not a safe harbor.
Oh, I see.
Think about it in terms of evolutionary psychology, which aligns closely with the author's street survival background.
Right, the West Side upbringing.
Exactly. A partner who panics under minor emotional pressure is not someone you can rely on when a genuine external threat appears.
That makes a lot of sense. The panic signals that his foundation is built on sand.
Precisely.
The author actually writes, real power isn't proven by a loud and fast reaction. It is proven by the calm that keeps her under your attraction.
That's a powerful line.
It is, which leads us right into truth two, the concept of space. The text argues that desire grows in space, not in pressure.
And this is an area where the author admits men struggle immensely.
Because it goes against modern impulses.
Yeah, it goes against every modern impulse. We live in an era of instant gratification. We are taught to close the gap text back immediately, reassure constantly, stay ever present.
Never leave them on read.
Right. But the framework argues that filling every silence suffocates the relationship. It kills the mystery, or what the author calls the inner light.
He illustrates this with a highly specific real-life scenario in the text. The canceled plans.
Oh, the canceled plans example. Yes.
Let's say a couple has a date, and she cancels late in the day with a vague excuse. Sorry, something came up, can't make it.
Very common scenario. How do the two different archetypes handle this?
Well, man A argues. He asks questions like, what came up? Why didn't you tell me sooner? And then he immediately tries to reschedule. Okay, how about tomorrow or Thursday?
He's scrambling.
Yeah. Man B, on the other hand, simply replies, no problem, and continues his evening. He doesn't reach out again that night.
The contrast is huge.
I'd imagine man A completely undermines his own value there. By rushing to fix the schedule, he's basically signaling that his time isn't valuable and he has literally nothing else going on.
You've hit the nail on the head. The text explicitly states that man A loses ground because he is chasing, while man B gains ground because human beings inherently value what they cannot fully control.
Man B demonstrates that his evening is not ruined. But here's where it gets really interesting, and where we have to look critically at the line the author is walking.
Okay.
Saying no problem and just moving on. Intentionally not reaching out to a lot of people. That sounds a bit like apathy, or even petty silent treatment.
Sure, it can look like that on the surface.
Right. How does the author differentiate between holding a strong, self-respecting frame and just being emotionally unavailable to your partner?
It is a razor-thin line, but the author addresses it directly.
How so?
He insists this behavior is not about cruelty. It is not manipulation, and it is not about being cold or punishing someone. It is about creating a dynamic of emotional tension mixed with safety.
Emotional tension mixed with safety. How does he define the difference between punishment and self-respect in this context?
It comes down to internal momentum.
Okay.
A man giving the silent treatment is still entirely focused on the woman he is aggressively ignoring her to elicit a reaction. He is fuming.
Like he's checking his phone to see if his ignoring is working.
Exactly. But a man practicing self-rule simply shifts his energy back to his own life. The author argues that a woman doesn't want chaos, but she also does not want a man whose emotions revolve entirely around her. Right. When you stay too available, you aren't being loving. You are just making yourself easy to replace. Man B isn't punishing anyone. He's simply demonstrating that his life has momentum independent of her validation.
He is grounded.
He's grounded.
And that crucial distinction between apathy and grounded self-respect bridges us to the second half of this framework.
Truths 3 and 4.
Right. The first part is all about how a man reacts to tests, but the second part shifts the focus to how a man actively leads his own life.
And leadership in this text is anchored by a foundational rule. Respect always precedes affection.
Respect before affection.
Yes. The author argues that if you break this sequence, attraction simply cannot survive.
It is so common to see the exact opposite happening, though, like the nice guy trope.
Oh, constantly.
Men who mistakenly try to earn respect by showering a partner with affection first. They sacrifice their own boundaries, they agree to things they hate, and they tolerate bad behavior, all under the guise of keeping the peace.
But the psychology behind people-pleasing explains exactly why this backfires.
Why does it? Why does sacrificing your boundaries breed disdain instead of closeness?
Because human beings respect structures that push back. The author states plainly that a man who needs approval is a man who cannot lead.
So if you never say no, your yes becomes completely worthless.
Precisely. A man who draws a firm boundary without anger, without raising his voice, but simply stating a standard, changes the entire temperature of a room.
Wow.
He becomes magnetic because he is not reshaping his reality to fit someone else's comfort.
That shift in temperature is exactly what the author means by his definition of leadership, which is Truth 4. He argues that leadership is emotional direction, not verbal dominance.
This is perhaps where modern men misunderstand power the most.
How so?
We are conditioned by movies to think the leader is the loudest guy in the room, right? The one dictating terms and barking orders. But the text defines leadership as emotional steadying. When tension rises, the leader does not escalate the situation, he absorbs it.
It sounds like the author views emotional leadership the way a shock absorber functions in a car.
I love that analogy.
Think about it. If a car hits a massive pothole and the driver starts screaming and yanking the steering wheel, every passenger in that car is going to panic.
Right, you'd be terrified.
You don't want a shock absorber that bounces and amplifies every bump in the road. You want it to absorb the impact, take the hit quietly, so the ride stays level and the passengers feel safe.
That analogy perfectly captures the psychological mechanism the author is describing. Uncertainty makes people anxious.
Yeah.
If a partner brings chaos or emotional turbulence into the room, and the man matches that chaos with his own shouting or defensiveness, the environment feels deeply unsafe.
Because he's reacting.
Yes. The author writes, leadership is silence in the way you hold your tone. Calm withdrawal and a steady demeanor carry exponentially more weight than winning a verbal argument.
But let's look at the reality of human nature for a second. The urge to fix things is so deeply ingrained in us.
It's hardwired.
If you feel tension with someone you care about, your brain starts screaming, fix it, explain yourself, make the uncomfortable feeling go away. How does someone actually execute this stoicism when every nerve in their body is telling them to react?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, they often don't, and the author acknowledges this.
He knows it's hard.
Yeah, this is the pivot point of his entire manifesto. He issues a stark warning. Knowledge without discipline changes absolutely nothing.
So just understanding the psychology of why over-explaining is bad isn't enough to save you in the heat of the moment?
Not even close. The author notes that men fail over and over again because they keep reacting the exact same way even after they know better. You can read this text, nod along, and intellectually agree that you shouldn't double text a paragraph of justification when someone pulls away. But if you lack emotional discipline, the second you feel that distance, panic will override your intellect.
Because that instinct to fix things doesn't come from a place of love, does it? It comes from a deep, primal fear of loss.
Yes, exactly. And mastering that fear requires you to sit with profound discomfort. You have to endure the silence without trying to fill it.
Which really reveals the true core of Point Blank's message. When you strip away the specific relationship scenarios, this text isn't actually a manual about how to handle women.
No, it's not.
It's a manifesto about mastering yourself.
The author explicitly states, the real lesson was never about women, it was about self-rule.
Self-rule.
Because if you cannot control your own internal reactions, you will always be controlled by your circumstances. You will be controlled by other people's moods, by their attention, and by their silence.
And the consequence of lacking that self-rule is what he calls fading. He makes a brilliant observation here.
The fading concept is sad, honestly.
It is. He says men don't usually fail loudly in relationships. There isn't always a massive, explosive breakup. Instead, they fade quietly. They become background noise.
They are remembered fondly, perhaps. Seen as nice, kind, or reliable.
But they are never deeply respected or desired.
Attraction fades politely.
To explain exactly why this fading happens, the author lays out some very hard truths about our daily behaviors, kind of summarizing the mechanics we've been discussing. He says, rushing to fix tension teaches others that you fear loss.
Always explaining yourself teaches others that you inherently doubt your own position.
And always staying available teaches others that your life is empty.
That last one is a devastating critique of modern behavior, isn't it? Teaches others your life is empty.
Let's really look at what that means. Why does instant availability signal an empty life?
Well, think about it.
Because if you have purpose, if you have a mission, if you are actively building something, whether that is a career, a skill, or just a deeply fulfilling hobby, you simply are not staring at your phone waiting for a notification.
Right.
The constant availability signals that you have made the other person the absolute center of your universe, which is too heavy a burden for anyone to carry. and it strips you of your own individual value.
It is a call for a complete rewiring of how we seek validation. The author notes that once these subconscious lessons are learned about you by someone else, once they realize you fear loss, doubt yourself, and have no independent momentum, those perceptions are almost impossible to unlearn.
Which brings us to the author's ultimate call to action for the reader. He issues a very practical challenge to test this self-rule.
Yeah, he asks the reader to observe themselves over the next few days.
Notice the urges, right?
Yeah, exactly. Notice the urge to reply immediately to a message. Notice the desperate urge to explain yourself when someone misunderstands you. Notice the urge to smooth over an awkward silence.
And then what?
And actively physically resist it.
Sit in the discomfort. He argues that the pause, that deliberate, agonizing moment of restraint, is where real authority is built.
Yes.
Because real calm isn't a mask you can just slip on when it's convenient. It is the natural byproduct of having a full life and firm, unshakable boundaries.
It requires an individual to stop narrating their every move and stop endlessly chasing signs of approval from the people around them.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
This is the big question.
Whether we are talking about romantic dynamics, dealing with a difficult boss at work, or just basic human interaction, the core takeaway from this framework is that true power is never loud.
Never loud.
A person who genuinely governs themselves, who is deeply secure in the reality of their own life, never needs to chase anyone.
Because they recognize that their physical presence and their boundaries speak infinitely louder than any verbal justification they could possibly offer.
We have covered a tremendous amount of ground today on this deep dive into Point Blank's Sovereign's Frame.
We really have.
We started on the streets of the west side of Chicago, exploring how the harsh realities of survival and the mentorship of Mr. T. Lloyd Taylor forged a philosophy where actions dictate reality, not words.
We examined the psychological mechanics of how over-explaining signals weakness during behavioral tests.
We looked at the profound difference between apathetic silent treatment and grounded self-respect when utilizing space.
And finally, we unpacked why emotional leadership requires absorbing tension rather than amplifying it.
Which demands a rigorous discipline over our own deep-seated fears of loss.
It is a highly structured, unyielding system of behavior that demands total accountability from the individual.
It is. And for you listening, regardless of where you fall on the text's specific views of relationship dynamics, the underlying mechanics of emotional discipline are undeniably fascinating.
Absolutely.
The idea of resisting the ingrained urge to over-explain, of mastering your own internal reactions instead of frantically trying to manage someone else's mood, that offers a highly thought-provoking lens for how we navigate every single human interaction in our lives.
Which leaves us with a compelling question to ponder as we wrap up. It's here. The author states that constantly staying available teaches people that your life is empty. If we take this core concept of self-rule and apply it outward, beyond just romantic relationships to our careers, to our friendships, or even to how instantaneously we respond to the endless notifications on our smartphones, how might embracing the power of the pause fundamentally change the amount of respect we command in every area of our lives?
That is an incredible thought to leave on. How much of our own inherent power do we give away every single day just because we refuse to sit in the silence? Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep questioning the mechanics of the information around you, and remember the power of the pause. We will catch you next
time. We were boys in borrowed clothes, big talk, small hopes. Now you text me still that same. I just laugh, not close. Jokes on us, we both know who got lost, who came home. Same old crew, new skin, same guy, same road. Hands up when the night got long. Kept one prayer tucked in my songs. Who said, bro, don't prove them right. So I kept my smile in my life. Men change, still I keep my name. Fate stays, when the cold wind came. Men change, we don't move the same. But that one inside joke still saves my day. You call me up, say you good, I say better than I should. Cause the man in the mirror now knows how to stand, not just look. Mama taught me walk soft, but swing hard when the truth calls. Every scar got a sermon, Every loss made the roots grow. Hands up when the night got long. Kept one prayer tucked in my songs. You said, bro, don't prove them right. So I kept my spine in my life. Men change, still I keep my name. Faith stays, when the cold wind came. Men change, we don't move the same. But that one inside joke still saves my day. If I drift, pull me back, say the line we always say. When pride gets loud, when fear gets smart, let grace cut through the gray. I've been raw, still I bow when it calls. We don't heal in one night, but we do heal at all. Men change, still I keep my name. Faith stays, when the cold wind came. Men change, we don't move the same. But that one inside joke still saves my day.
I hate everything that you do. Happy to tell you all about the things that you do and the things that you say. The way that clear all the folks from your way. See how hurt the people that supported you. Bring a set of tools to help with the work to do. Keep it rolled up in the velvet like Dexter. Strap back ass down and tell you next up. Back here, new ideas on the old hair. All jours, je vois mon frère. Send up love, hugs, and prayers.
Singing my truth to the world in my voice. You can sing along, it's your choice. Nothing on the mic but the feeling, the knowledge. Hugging the breeze, sending fools to college.
Okay, so that dump is over. Let's all dance in the clover. Mount that horse and tap it lightly. Found fat boy sand, it's sightseeing. Rats take bites, but they don't consume me. Fat ass beats come in the ears for free. Tap that drum and kick it harder. Rap with me, we can live on barter. Smack those strings and let it ring out. Smash with me when lasers all shout. Crowd reaction makes it worth it. Proud to be bumping on your tape deck. Singing my truth to the world in my voice. You can sing along, it's your choice. Nothing on the mic but the feeling of knowledge. Hugging the breeze, sending fools to college. We do it for the people in the back of the room. Sing bright blue, pink, purple tears that soak through. Dance the tune that we cook for you. This beat hits and moves the shoes. Let it roll, baby, don't fight it. Rainy bowl, let's try all night. Viola moon sound sad, but breeze drops. Dice from ground, problem solved. Love, and then don't forget that some will shove, they never sit back. We all know that the world deserves better. She said she would help if you would let her. Truth to the world in my voice. You can sing along, it's your choice. Nothing on the mic but the feeling of knowledge. Hugging the breeze, sending fools to college.